Hello everyone. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is of a fish thought to be extinct for about 66 million years ago, but proven wrong that this fish was discovered living off the coast of South Africa in 1938, which is considered a living fossil, and that is coelacnth. Not one, but a whole group of them. Two of them marine, and others were freshwater, the extinct ones. So let's get started, shall we? Coelacnths, for their habitat, they're both frequent on both brackish and coastal marine waters, lagoon/coastal environments. Because most recent species lived exclusively in fresh waters, lakes, and rivers. Little is known about their diet of mosasaurs. Although tiny teeth are presented on the plate and the inner part of the mandible, because these fish were mostly toothless. It is speculated that they swallowed their prey using suction, such as present day coelacanths. Others suggested that they may be filter feeders, but there are descriptions in 2018 of an articulated specimen of this fish that swallowed whole fish appears to be confirmed to be a suction feeder. Genlia, for their habitat, fresh or brackish water, the fluvial and lacustrine environments. And for their diet, suction feeding, like other coelacanths. They would eat smaller prey. Coelacanths. They were open water predators. And for their diet, I could not find much about it or the environment they would live in. So, moving on. Diplerus, for their environment, they would live in fresh water, inhabited fluvial, paluxuaries, and lascaries environments, like rivers, wetlands, to deep lakes. And for their diet, well, suction feeding. Foria, for their habitat, shallow coastal waters. And for their diet, looks like it has this beak similar to that of parrotfish. Growlia, for their diet, well, they have very small teeth in its jaws, much larger teeth that would have functions similar to the gill rakers seen in ray-finned fish. As a result, they have been a suction feeder. And for their environment and habitat, unknown. Indonesian coelacnth. For their behavior, it is little is known about the behavior of this fish or its lifestyle. However, some observation have been made. The species is known to be nocturnal, so it carries out most its activities at night to forage for food. For their habitat, they lived in deep waters, in underwater cliffs or in caves. And for their diet, they are slow moving passive fish which feeds primarily on zooplankton, jellyfish, crabs, seabirds. Their preferred food is merely deep sea fish and cephalopod animals, making them carnivorous. They also engage in what is called an ambush predation form of hunting, while hunting coelacanths have been observed to swim with their heads directed upwards when it was thought that it was a headstand positioning, which is most energy efficient. Macropoma. For their habitat, well, it is unknown what their habitat would have been. And for their diet, they would preyed on smaller aquatic species. Mausonia. For their environment, they would live in fresh water and brackish ecosystems. And for their diet, well, their feeding mechanism is uncertain, but it has been suggested that they swallowed their prey whole using suction feeding. Mega coelacanthus, a massive coelacanth reaching up to 4.5 meters long, one of the largest, and for their diet, it is believed that they fed similar way to modern day giant grouper using suction to pull prey into their large mouth. So it is a carnivore. And for their habitat, they would live in oceans. Mylacanthus. For their diet, small fish, and their habitat, seas and oceans. Ripple-intrix. And unlike coelacanths, they are suggested to be fast swimming and active lifestyle. Because and for their diet, fish, small fish, and habitat, seas and oceans. Ripplea for their habitat, in shallow lagoons or basins. And for their diet, well, it is not known what they would prey on, what they eat. Trachematopon, for their habitat, they would live in fresh and brackish waters. For their diet, suction feeding. And Western Indian Ocean coelacanth. And for their habitat, these fish usually found in 180 to 210 meters, or 590 to 690 feet of depths in deep sea. They tend to reside in underwater caves, which are most common these depths. And for their diet, coelacanths are opportunistic in their feeding. Some of their prey are species of fish. And last but not least, whitea. For their habitat, they would live in buried stream, lake, and deltic plains environment. And for their diet, they would prey on smaller creatures. And that's it for every coelacanth, marine and freshwater. Could they survive? Well, they could. Well, some of them in freshwater, they have to watch out for predators like piranodon and other fish-eating animals. But they will have to deal with parasites that piranodon has to get rid of. And for the alive coelacanth, what about their pregnancy? Their pregnancy lasts about 5 years. But what about the extinct ones? It is unknown what their pregnancy is, or how long does it last. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.